to Deep Sleep Stories. Thank you to everyone who's been listening. If these stories help you relax or fall asleep, a short review, comment, or sharing the podcast with someone who might benefit is a simple and meaningful way to support the show so that we may continue to offer it for free. Now, take a slow, gentle breath and let's begin tonight's story.
Hello, and welcome, dear friend. My name is Owen Thorne, and I invite you to settle into a place of gentle rest, where your thoughts can grow quiet like a calm tide. Tonight, you will journey alongside a humble fisherman as he drifts softly into dawn, cradled by the soothing waters of his peaceful bay. Before we begin, allow your eyes to grow heavy and your breathing to deepen. Feel the subtle rise and fall of your chest, letting each exhale carry tension away. Notice the softness in your muscles as you prepare for a calm, comforting night. Now, lie back. Breathe in through your nose and feel the cool air flow down into your lungs, filling you with a refreshing sense of calm. Then, breathe out, releasing any lingering thoughts that no longer serve you. Visualize a gentle light, warm as the first rays of dawn, radiating through every part of your body. With each breath, this light expands, dissolving tension and inviting a serene sense of tranquility. As your mind quiets, imagine you're standing on a small wooden pier under a softly starlit sky, ready to witness the peaceful life of a simple fisherman who's about to embark on his nightly routine. In the quiet hours before sunrise, the old fisherman named Merrin stands at the very end of that rustic pier. He wears a faded cap and a soft, threadbare sweater, hints of salt trailing along the fabric from years spent at sea. Though the world around him is dark, he finds comfort in the gentle moonlight, which dances across the ripples of the water. His fishing boat, a small wooden vessel weathered by time, rocks peacefully beside the pier. Merrin takes a moment to inhale the cool night breeze, savouring its crispness and the faint scent of seaweed carried by the tide. He quietly murmurs a small prayer for a gentle night ahead. Merrin steps onto the boat with practiced ease. The gentle creaking of the wood beneath his feet seems to greet him like an old friend. He unfastens the rope, tethering the vessel to the pier, and pushes off, letting the subtle ocean current guide him away. With a steady pull on the oars, he drifts into the open water, the hush of the night enveloping him. Overhead, the constellations twinkle, ancient stories shimmering in the sky. The soft lapping of the waves against the hull becomes his lullaby, reminding him of the reassuring rhythms that guide all living things toward rest. As the boat glides further from shore, the lights of the village gradually fade, leaving only the pale glow of stars to illuminate the gentle fisherman's path. The water around him is calm, reflecting the night sky in a shimmering mosaic that seems both infinite and intimately close. Merrin can feel the night air on his cheeks, cool but not cold, invigorating yet soothing. Each breath draws in the briny scent of the sea, filling him with a tranquil certainty that he belongs here, afloat between the heavens and the deep. Slowly, he readies his lines, preparing for a quiet vigil. Gently, he sets his fishing nets into the water, mindful of each movement as though enacting a sacred ritual. No haste disturbs his calm. Each gesture is purposeful and measured. The sea accepts his offering with a hushed ripple, as though cradling his hope for a humble catch. Above him, the moon begins its slow descent, painting the horizon with a faint silver glow. The rocking of the boat is steady, almost as if the ocean itself is singing a lullaby. In the quiet, Merrin's thoughts drift like soft clouds, freed from the weight of the day's concerns. He breathes in the silence, releasing each worry into the sky above. Time seems to slow on these waters, each passing moment suspended in tranquility. Merrin watches the gentle sway of the lantern he keeps by his side, its soft light flickering on the rim of his boat. The sea's surface shimmers under the delicate starlight, and he feels a profound sense of unity with his surroundings. Far in the distance, he imagines the quiet shores where seabirds nest, their wings folded in peaceful sleep. The hush envelops him, and in this comforting darkness, he finds not loneliness, but companionship, a quiet understanding shared between the fisherman and the vast, embracing sea. He closes his eyes for a moment, letting the rhythmic pulse of the waves lull him into a meditative calm. Memories of his younger days float through his mind like drifting gulls. He recalls the first time he ventured out with his father, the thrill of the open ocean stretching beyond sight, the taste of salt on his lips. Now, years later, the sea remains his loyal confidant, holding each of his stories in its endless depths. The mild sway of the boat is neither jarring nor unnerving. It is simply the ocean's gentle heartbeat, echoing through Merrin's body with each surge. High above, a shooting star traces a fleeting path across the sky, disappearing into the horizon's velvet curve. Merrin opens his eyes just in time to see its final glow, a reminder of how even brief moments hold beauty. In that soft glow, he feels a stirring of quiet wonder, as though the cosmos itself has offered a blessing. He adjusts the lantern at his feet, making sure its warm flame remains steady. The net drifts lazily behind the boat, immersed in the silent currents below. All around, the water reflects the sky, blending light and shadow in a cosmic tapestry. Quiet minutes pass as Merrin continues his steady watch, attuned to the subtle signs of fish stirring beneath the surface. From time to time, a gentle tug on the net tells him the sea has offered its gifts. Yet there is no rush, no frantic scramble to haul in the catch. Instead, Merrin moves slowly, allowing his breath to guide each action. He coaxes the net closer, mindful of the peaceful partnership he shares with these waters. The hush enveloping him is a precious companion, a reminder that nature flows at its own pace, inviting him to do the same. In the distance, the dim outline of surrounding hills cradles the bay like a mother's arms. The silhouettes of pine trees stand tall against the star-spangled sky, their tops swaying gently in a night breeze that softly whispers across the water. Merrin envisions the world resting, each creature finding comfort in sleep as he carries on his patient vigil. His hands lightly grip the sides of the boat, feeling the calm reassurance of the smooth wood. For a moment, he closes his eyes again, surrendering to the mild motion that rocks him into an almost dreamlike reverie upon the sea. In this reverie, he imagines the first hints of dawn, a gentle glow upon the water's edge. He sees himself returning to shore with a modest catch, greeted by the soft amber light of morning. Though the sun has yet to show itself, the promise of daybreak lingers in the cool air, weaving through the fabric of night like a delicate thread of hope. He inhales deeply, cherishing the subtle hush before sunrise. Even if his net remains light, he knows that every hour spent on these waters nourishes his spirit, reminding him that rest and patience are gifts of nature. Slowly the moon descends lower, its glow waning as the horizon begins to lighten. A soft gradient appears in the eastern sky, hinting at the upcoming dawn. Merrin gently pulls his net in, careful not to disrupt the peaceful hush. Within its woven strands, a few glimmering fish shine under the lantern's glow, their scales mirroring the stars above. He quietly thanks the sea for its bounty, grateful for even the smallest blessing. The water around him carries a subtle promise. Soon, the night will yield to the soft embrace of morning, and with it, the world will awaken anew. One by one, the stars begin to fade, their brilliance surrendering to the gentle wash of early light. Merrin rests his net along the side of the boat, letting the weight of the catch settle. He takes a moment to close his eyes, breathing slowly, in and out, as if each breath aligns with the steady rhythm of the tide. In the growing glow, silhouettes become clearer. The distant mountains stand in silent watch, and the tree line near the shore seems poised in anticipation. All around, the hush of the sea invites him to move gently, to speak softly, to be. With a gentle splash, he rinses his hands in the water, the coolness reminding him of the boundary between night and day. Dawn's first colours stretch across the horizon, pale pinks and soft oranges blending into the lingering navy of the sky. The air itself seems to shift, carrying the distant cry of a gull as it stirs from its slumber. Merrin feels the tug of his anchor rope, an assurance that he remains securely in place. Looking toward the east, he allows himself a small, contented smile, knowing that soon the world around him will blossom with light and gentle warmth. His thoughts drift like morning mist, wandering to the comfort of his small cottage by the shore. He imagines the old wooden chair on his porch, where he might sit and sip tea after the night's work is done. The faint outline of seagrass swaying in the breeze calls to him, promising rest. But for now, he remains upon the water, witnessing the final moments of the night's hush. Small ripples form around the boat, awakened by the subtle shift in temperature, as though the sea itself is preparing for daybreak. Merrin inhales deeply, a calm acceptance settling in his chest. He draws the net fully in, carefully placing the fish into a small woven basket. With delicate hands, he thanks each one, acknowledging the sea's generosity. Then he secures the lines, stowing them away for the morning ride back to shore. The eastern sky now glows with a pastel hue, painting the water below in gentle reflections. Every shift in colour feels like a promise, a quiet encouragement that each new dawn carries the possibility of renewal. Merrin lets out a content sigh, glancing one last time at the vanishing moon. Something in his heart feels lighter, as though it, too, is rising. Turning his attention to the simple matter of rowing home, Merrin lifts the oars and dips them into the quiet water. Each stroke is smooth and unhurried, the soft sound of water rippling around the wooden blades. The boat glides across the sea, leaving a gentle wake that fans out behind him. Overhead, the sky is growing brighter, delicate swirls of lavender and pale gold merging into the open air. Peace pervades the morning, a deep resonance that soothes the mind and body. With every pull of the oars, Merrin feels the embrace of the sea, carrying him steadily homeward. The coastline appears slowly, revealing the gentle curve of the sandy beach and the rocky outcrops that stand like silent guardians. The early morning light casts a soft glow on the water, making it sparkle with a pale radiance. Merrin notices a flock of seabirds stirring in the distance, their wings catching the dawn breeze as they lift into the sky. He breathes in, appreciating the crisp air that heralds a new day. The quiet hum of the world waking up fills him with calm anticipation. His arms move in an easy rhythm, rowing closer to the shore with each passing moment. As the boat's hull finally meets the shallows, Merrin steps out into the cool surf. Tiny shells crunch underfoot, and a gentle wave brushes against his ankles. The air holds the promise of sunrise, the sky tinted with hues of rose and gold that seem to dance on the horizon. He pulls the boat onto the sand, pausing to gaze at the quiet majesty of the sea he has just left behind. Though he departs the water's embrace, the memory of its soothing lullaby lingers in his mind, reminding him of the peace he carries within whenever he ventures onto the waves. He gathers his small catch in the woven basket, balancing it in one hand, and retrieves the lantern with the other. The gentle rustling of the wind through nearby grasses guides him toward the path that leads home. With each step, he feels the soft sand transitioning to firmer ground. In the growing light, he can see footprints left from nights before, marking the familiar route. A sense of gratitude wells up in him for the sea, for the dawn, for the promise of rest waiting under his own roof. Soon he will greet his simple cottage, where dreams linger in hushed corners. At last, he arrives at his cottage door. The weathered wood bears the marks of time, scratches from storms long past, and a patina that speaks of many peaceful nights. He sets the lantern on a small hook outside, letting its flame flicker against the dawn sky. Inside, the air is cool and still, carrying the faint aroma of dried herbs. Carefully, he places the fish in a basin of water to keep them fresh for later. Then he stands by the window, watching the first rays of sunlight cross the threshold, illuminating the humble space with a tender golden glow. Merrin breathes slowly, letting fatigue settle in like a gentle blanket. The night's labours have not been hard, yet they call him now toward rest. A simple pallet awaits in the corner, layered with soft blankets that smell faintly of the sea. He sets his basket aside, feeling the contentment of a fisherman who has walked in harmony with the waters. As he eases himself down onto the bedding, the events of the night drift through his mind like a gentle tide. Outside, dawn continues to blossom, yet within these walls all is still, inviting sleep to enfold him with tender care. Now that Merrin has found his place of rest, you too may surrender to the soft lull of sleep. Allow the tranquility of his gentle journey to wash over you, easing any tension that lingers in your own body. With each slow breath, feel your mind drifting like a boat across calm waters. Envision the night sky fading into dawn, its soft light nurturing a quiet peace within. Let this soothing imagery cradle you, reminding you that rest is a natural healing part of life. As you settle into your own space, imagine yourself rocked by the same gentle tides that guided Merrin safely ashore. Let every muscle loosen, every thought become lighter. The world outside grows hushed, and you are free to float into a calm, restorative slumber. There is no hurry, no demand, only the gift of rest. May your dreams be soothing, your breath steady, and your heart at peace. Good night, dear traveller. Sleep well.